Today's competitive world demands us to work longer, harder, faster, and smarter. To meet these challenges, our ability to quickly organize information in a logical, concise, and professional manner is much needed. Similarly, in routine life, communicating our ideas/thoughts with others in social gatherings and at workplace on a daily basis is equally important. Likewise, in our professional life, we are required to demonstrate effective presentation skills in order to present our ideas or projects or products to a wide variety of audiences, board members, employees, community leaders, and groups of customers. An idea is worth nothing if not communicated to the world. To get it across the audience, a presenter has to be very effective in his communication and presentation skills. A good communication is always stimulating, inspiring, motivating, and adds fuel to the fire if presenter possesses that igniting spark. Unfortunately, many people do not possess this ability. Whenever such a person is asked to explain something that requires him or her to stand up and speak to a group of people, like presenting a report, giving a presentation, or delivering a speech as a guest speaker at a ceremony, these people become panic and nervous. They avoid performing such tasks due to this sudden nervousness or uncomfortable feeling. A large number of people realize such deficiencies in their personalities and want to overcome. Unfortunately, there is not enough professional training and coaching available in the market at present. Some rather expensive programs are available, which are not affordable by a vast majority of people. Therefore, we have written this book to bring things into the reach of common people. In this book we have covered not only presentation skills, but also included some theoretical concepts which will help readers to become successful presenters. There is a Chinese proverb, "A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step." So, let's start this book discussing a very common problem of ineffective presentation. Many presenters feel that their presentation fails to produce the expected results. One of the main reasons behind this problem is that such presenters fail to spend sufficient forethought in preparing their presentations, which results in an ineffective presentation. It is important to mention that, in this book, we will not be technology specific because presentation software is a valuable supportive tool. It is presenter himself/herself that make the presentation meaningful, interesting, and successful. And discuss factors commonly considered as the key characteristics of good presenters. We consider one of the key objectives of an effective presentation is to communicate information in a way which helps audience to comprehend the information delivered. Comprehension involves cognition, which refers to mental processes like thinking, knowing, remembering, judging, problem-solving skills, etc. Therefore, in Lesson 1, we have explained cognition, cognition load theory, types of cognitive loads and individuals' capacity of information processing. In Lesson 2 we have discussed another important concept, intelligence. Intelligence is defined as the ability to understand complex ideas, to adapt to environment, to learn from experience, to engage in forms of reasoning, and to overcome obstacles by taking thought. In literature, various types of human intelligence have been discussed. The knowledge of these topics is very useful for presenters to understand human capacity of information processing and to make right decisions regarding the length of the presentation and nature of the information to be included. One of the primary goals of a presenter is to persuade audience in his/her favor, one way or the other. He/she has to compel them and at times convert their beliefs. For this, the presenter has to establish a positive connection with the audience and use persuasion skills to win their confidence. The presenter can do this through giving assurance to the audience that he/she is presenting something useful and is worth paying attention. Once the audience is assured that their presenter is not an alien from any other planet but just a human with some higher command on the subject, an effective communication channel would be established. Therefore, presenters need to have good command on persuasion skill. For this reason we have devoted Lesson 3 on topics like persuasion, means of persuasion and types of reasoning. Communication is a two-way process in which a presenter tries to send the message across to the audiences, and audiences convey their feedback. If the message is communicated effectively and it matches with the background and needs of the audience, the feedback will be positive, otherwise negativity slithers into the process of communication and obliterates the objectives of the communication. Communication theorists have long been asserting on the relationship between communication and learning. Therefore, knowledge of communication theory and fundamentals of effective communication is very essential. In Lesson 4, we try to shed light on concepts like communication theory's audience stereotypes, left brain vs. right brain, fact vs. opinion and truth, and when to be subjective or objective while sending message across. One of the key objectives of a successful presentation is to help audience to learn intended contents easily. Learning itself is a complex mechanism. It is commonly defined as a process that brings together cognitive, emotional, and environmental influences and experiences for acquiring, enhancing, or making changes in one's knowledge, skills, values, and worldviews. Point 1 In literature, various learning theories have been presented. In Lesson 5 we have discusses some important learning theories. The knowledge of learning theories will help presenters to present information in a more effective way. Presenting information in a simple, concise, and interesting way is the key of an effective presentation, as audiences feel better and relaxed when they leave. Yet, to achieve this goal, successful presenters analyze their audiences, collect relevant data and arrange it in an effective and impressive format. In Lesson 6 discusses how to prepare an effective presentation. For an effective presentation, the design of the presentation is very important. A bad design always spoils the whole presentation, while a good design makes the presentation meaningful and interesting. In Lesson 7, we have discussed various aspects of a good design. We are sure this knowledge will help you to make your presentation effective, elegant, and interesting. Delivery of a presentation is an art. A good presenter needs to have command on those techniques which help him/her to elaborate key points successfully. In Lesson 8, we have discussed various aspects related to delivering an effective presentation. Finally, we have concluded this book with some useful tips for handling tough situations and remedies of some common mistakes. In this chapter we have also discussed about making presentations for international audiences and dealing people with disabilities. We hope the information presented in this book will appear to be a useful guide for you to become a successful presenter.